Hello, my name is Ben Lovegrove, and in this short video I'm going to explain how I discovered that my identity had been used for fraudulent purposes, how you can prevent it from happening, and what to do if it happens to you. So stay tuned and watch this video to the end. I could save you a lot of worry and hassle, since prevention is always better than cure. Identity theft is a relatively recent phenomenon, but it's on the increase. As we live more and more of our lives online, it's all too easy to let the guard down and allow unscrupulous individuals to steal our data and our IDs. Last year, I was the victim of identity theft. Someone used my name and address to take out contracts with several mobile phone companies. I started to receive letters and invoices from these companies. Some were demanding urgent payment for outstanding amounts. But since I have only ever had dealings with one mobile phone company, it was obvious that something had gone wrong. One by one I contacted them and had the contracts cancelled. I spent a lot of time on the phone, waiting in a queue, repeating the story, and convincing the company's security department to do something about it. But after some time and effort, it was all cleared up. The contracts were cancelled, and the companies assured me that they wouldn't be chasing me for any outstanding amounts. It was a pain in the neck, but at least I didn't lose any money. However, it did affect my credit rating for several months, but I have now had that restored to its former healthy status. Below I explain how to do this if it happens to you. So how do we prevent identity theft? First of all, you have to be aware of it, be vigilant, know that it exists and that it's a risk. It may seem obvious, but are you familiar with all the risks of having your identity stolen? The repercussions vary from a minor problem on the one hand to major losses of money and great inconvenience on the other. Use a shredder. Don't throw away anything that has your name and address printed on it. Use a shredder when disposing of old utility bills, etc. Be particularly careful with bank statements, credit card statements, receipts, and invoices. Once you get into the habit, it becomes reassuring to know that nothing is going into the trash that could reveal details about your identity. Be vigilant online. It seems like every website you visit these days wants you to register your details. This is only to be expected if you intend to buy a physical product that needs to be delivered to your home or business. Over time, your name and address will be stored in more and more databases. But just how secure are these databases? It's only when larger companies experience a security breach that headlines are made. So don't provide more information than is needed. Just because the form is there, it doesn't mean to say you have to fill in every field. Just provide the minimum amount of information for each site at which you register and close accounts that you no longer use. Remember to request that all your details are removed and ask for confirmation that this has been done. Use a password manager. It's all too tempting to use simple and easy to guess passwords. After all, identity theft is never going to happen to you, is it? So why bother with cryptic passwords? If you want to run the risk, that's up to you, but if you've got any sense, you'll use cryptic passwords that are a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters. I started using a password manager years ago, and it's now an indispensable tool that I use every day. Monitor your credit rating. For a small monthly fee, you can keep a check on your credit rating. Companies like Experian compile the details of all the mortgages, loans, credit cards, and other financial agreements that you've taken out. If you apply for any new agreements, then the companies to which you submit your application will check your score to measure the risk of accepting you as a client. It may seem like an unnecessary expense, but like all good insurance, it's a relief to know that you have it when something does happen. It's also a very useful way of keeping abreast of all your financial commitments. In fact, there are all kinds of benefits of maintaining an account and monitoring your credit rating. So what can you do if you suspect that identity theft has occurred? First of all, don't panic. A calm and methodical approach will sort things out, but it's going to take a little effort. It happens to all sorts of people, and help is at hand. There are processes and procedures already in place to deal with it. Keep all the evidence. Put all the letters, statements, etc. together in one place where you can find them easily. You might want to use a folder, as you'll probably have to store the paperwork for several months. Inform the companies with which the fraudster has taken out a contract in your name. Contact the companies in question and ask to speak to their security or fraud department. Explain what has happened and ask them to cease the fraudulent accounts. Keep a record of the dates and times you called, who you spoke to, and any reference number they provide. Ask for written confirmation that the account taken out in your name has been closed. Now you'll have to wait a while. Some companies will close the account while you're still on the phone. With others, there may be some delay while they continue their investigations. It will take several days, if not weeks, for confirmation to come through that all is well and that you do not owe them anything. As each confirmation arrives, add it to your folder, and one by one you'll see that all the fraudulent accounts are closed. Report the fraud to the appropriate authority in your country, for example Action Fraud in the UK. By reporting identity theft and other types of fraud, you'll be helping in the fight against it. Your information may also help to bring offenders to justice. Check and continue to monitor your credit rating. If you've got an account with Experian or a similar company, you'll be able to keep a check for any adverse effects on your credit rating. If all the companies have done their job properly, then there should be no outstanding amounts on your account. However, I found one company had not removed the details of a debt in my name, and a follow-up letter to their head office was required. Eventually it was removed, but I would not have been aware of it had I not kept a check on my credit rating. So in conclusion then, there have always been risks involved in our everyday lives, and this is true now more than ever. We can mitigate those risks by taking sensible precautions. Those actions become habits once repeated a few times. No one wants to answer the door to a bailiff demanding payment for a debt you know nothing about due to another incident of identity theft. So keep your personal information private and monitor your credit rating. You'll feel more in control of your life and better prepared if anything does occur. I do hope you found my tips useful. If so, please give this video a like and leave a comment. Check the description below for a link to a page on my blog containing links to all the agencies and tools mentioned in this video. Good luck and stay safe.